That's it for this edition of Lifestyles Magazine Radio with your host and editor-in-chief of Lifestyles Magazine, Beverly Kennedy. Next time, more guests and information on the financial illiteracy that is rampant in Florida. More sorting out financial facts from fiction. Thanks for listening to Lifestyles Magazine Radio every week.
WBZT West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station. The thoughts and opinions expressed are those of the sponsors and don't necessarily reflect those of this station or iHeartMedia.
The home of the Rainbow Bagel, My Delicious Deli brings you home cooking with a Remember When deli dining experience. Located in central Boca Raton, My Delicious Deli prepares all of their food with the freshest of ingredients, cooked to order. From a light nosh and soups to omelets and full entrees. Choose from low-fat and gluten-free, or indulge in one of My Delicious Deli's signature deli sandwiches. Bring your family and friends to dine in and take out. Open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to go, or for all of your catering needs. Visit them at mydeliciousdeli.com or call them at 561-393-3287. There's something for everyone at My Delicious Deli, 7036 West Palmetto Road in Boca Raton, 561-393-3287. Well, it's noontime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Don and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 1-800-889-0267 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame, bésame.
That's Freddy. We got 5 more. That's for you, Freddy.
Wow.
That's in honor of you.
That reminds me of when I was in the hospital.
Do you know? I'll let you open the show first.
Good afternoon, South Florida. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe and all our friends in New York, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, but not yet, and never will be Hawaii.
But we will be in Delray.
Delray, we're going
moving
down
to
Boca.
Delray, Boca Del Rey.
No, we're going down to
Boca.
Start there. 95.3 The Talk. 1470 AM, Health and Wealth Radio.
I saw Jody yesterday, out and about, from WNN. She was so excited we're coming down.
I know. They want me in the room.
They want you in the room.
But, you know, the funny thing is that yesterday they were preparing for the onslaught of August. And I was there with Don, the engineer. I was there with him for a few hours. And they have a board like this for the phone lines now that's been set up. They have Comrexes were all set up there. You should see all the stuff that he did.
I saw everything Don was doing. Thank you, Don, at WNN, for all of your help. And Jody, of course, as always. And Mr. Bob for welcoming us and the Brooklyn Cafe and Sarah Spiritual and all the other shows that are coming down.
That's right. Everybody is welcome to the new humble abode. What we do in Boca. You know, Boca is an interesting concept of what's going on right now. I get phone calls and texts of people who actually want to be part of our show.
Why are you surprised?
Well, I'm surprised because normally I have to call them. They're calling me now. They want to get involved. They want to do more. I guess it's because it's closer to the equator. I don't know.
Well, let me tell you something. This morning, I went to Creative Mornings. And Alexa Carlin...
You went to Creative Mornings?
Creative
Did you
Mornings.
use a crayon?
Creative Mornings. And Alexa Carlin was the speaker. I had to go see my friend Alexa and her mom, Susan, and her dad. Of course, Nala was there, and I met her sister, and Erica Obando was there, and so many of our peeps were there.
What
with
you
the
do?
Flamingo
You went to
House.
meet the family?
I went to meet the family.
How's the mom, by the way?
She's doing great.
How's the
Everyone's
doggy?
doing great. She was there as well.
What's the name of that dog?
Nala. Nala was there.
The dog has his own Facebook page.
She's so cute. But one of the things Alexa was talking about is what I say to you all the time that Coach Julia said is know your worth, value your worth, and you are worthy. So when people are calling us to come on and be part of our network and what we do as we spread our mission, value your worth, because you know what? Everyone else is seeing the worth as well. We are worthy.
Is that what you think?
That's what I know.
Yeah.
That is what I know. She said knowledge is power, and power gains confidence. So it was a very enlightening morning. Sorry you missed it. They asked for you.
Was that you hitting the mic and blew up my ear? No, I'm going to tell you what it is. Can I tell you what it is?
Okay.
When we did My Delicious Deli, the remote.
Mm-hmm. You guys were there.
And our guests were there. And when we did Juniors, and went back to My Delicious Deli again, when we do those remotes, that's what's happening. That's why those remotes are so important, because we're back in our home turf. And everybody said, yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
Before they didn't say nothing. Now at least they're saying yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.
I still don't understand your point, but okay.
It means that we're getting out
happy.
there.
Yes, we are.
And I'm leading into that segue because we have Badass in studio today.
We have Badass. We have Heather from Dexafit. And you can find us live streaming.
And Heather is a Boca Raton company.
Dexafit is.
Dexafit. Heather is.
Heather is.
Heather can be.
Dexafit, same thing.
So is Badass's office as well.
Badass's office is as well. You can find us live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe. We are on YouTube at AMP2 TV.
I wish I had a duck.
What would you like? Give
Throw
us
it
a
at
call
you.
at 800-889-0267. It is a fun fitness Friday. We are on the duck collection over there.
I'm going to be throwing that high and deep.
Do you know that song that Carol played?
Yes.
When you were sick in the hospital and it was my surprise 50th.
Suavemente, yeah.
Carol walked into my party, and guess what was playing?
She said, "Is this your birthday?"
She said, "Did you ask them to play that for Freddy?" And I wouldn't even know the song, but she texted you. I think when they were playing it, you were in the hospital.
Yes, they sent me a text. They sent me a video of the song.
See that?
Even Gio went out on the dance floor to dance. Gio.
To dance Gio.
To dance.
It is a Fun Fitness Friday on the Brooklyn Cafe. We have two very special guests with us.
Yes, we do.
One very especially guest who is near and dear to our heart, who has disappeared from the face of the cafe for a while. So we are so glad to have you back, Heather Ann from Dexafit.
Thank you. Happy to be here with you guys.
This is one busy woman.
Well, she also is moved, right?
Yes.
She had 2 children, right?
2. Well, if you count John, yes.
She has 2 children. She has a new movie. She has commercials out. She's very busy.
Now, you did a movie or commercial?
No, just a commercial. There was speculation of a movie. I was contacted to do one last year, but it lost funding like they tend to do. So, didn't really
you've done
do that.
modeling in the past, right?
Yeah, for pretty much my whole life. So
yeah, like nothing, like no big deal.
It's something that you do, you know, like when you're placed into there as a kid, you know, like you don't know really anything. It's just like a hobby. It's just like a sport. I don't know.
Do you do?
What a terrible life.
I know.
What?
Tell me about it.
What
Look
a
at her.
terrible, terrible
No,
life.
no.
I just, I gotta get up and work the camera for the next 12 hours.
I only
It's hard work.
It is hard.
It is.
You know, you look at that, even the commercial that I did with, I think Global Films, you know, like they make it look so seamless and perfect, but it took like 8 hours to get all of those shots together and make it perfect.
She stands there like Marilyn Monroe, and the air just comes up on her, and she's standing at the gate of this hangar. I guess it's an airport hangar.
It was like a
Just standing there.
And what was the purpose of the commercial? What were you?
It was for a company that's you know, based down south in the Miami area-ish place. Alpine Performance. So they deal with a lot of like high-end like Bentley and Rolls-Royce specialty parts. So they wanted their like a little something to put on a website, something for their marketing to like draw in customers or just kind of get that upscale feel, that badass feel.
The badass feel.
I was gonna say it. You stole my line.
Right, the badass feel of their product, and you know, think Global Films, Nathan and Caleb and the whole team there are really awesome. And they made it look, I mean, you guys saw it, it's just mind-blowing. If you ever look at any of their work, it's just completely crazy. They're such visionaries.
They did a great job. So did you, though. You were phenomenal. Look gorgeous.
You know, it's because I've done a few commercials, and the hardest thing about doing a commercial is keeping that energy up. So when you're doing it for 6, 7, and 8 hours, those are the August hours. Those are tough. So they got to be real nice, and they're trying to make you laugh, and yada yada yada.
You have to keep it light and airy on set for sure. You know,
it's kind of a pain. In the butt because
it's like hanging with us all day.
Well, no, it's not
light and airy.
No,
on
because
set.
we you're throwing ducks and all sorts of stuff. It doesn't matter what we do.
It makes no difference.
But on a commercial, all of that film has to be edited to get 30 seconds.
Right.
And you are allowed 29.97 seconds, not even 30, to air a commercial because you got to fade to black. So the funny thing is that all that work, all those 8 hours, all these eyes now.
So 30 seconds.
For 30 seconds.
It's
30
crazy
seconds.
the way that they like pieced everything together. When I saw it, I was like, this is amazing. Like, I couldn't even believe, like, it does look like a short film, and that's the whole point of it. Like,
I was waiting for the rest of the film to come out. She passes over the suitcase.
I thought she was doing a James Bond thing.
I did too.
Yeah, it's that whole kind of feel with that storyline. We want it to be like dark and mysterious.
I'm waiting for the whole film. I thought that was just a trailer.
Where is it?
It's on my Facebook page still.
Carol, you got it. Facebook. Carol with an E.
Yeah, I gotta get.
Carol with an E.
I don't care for Facebook.
I hear you. It was on my Instagram page too.
This is kind of this. You know what this show is? This is a redo show. Do you remember months ago when Melania Trump was touring Palm Beach?
Oh, we couldn't get here.
We couldn't get here in time.
We were on that was the same day we were here.
This is our redo.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, we came in late or something.
We came running in from across from the gas. We had
you
Gio
guys were
with us. The gas station. It was a crazy
was with
day.
us then.
Yes.
And we were way later than that.
So this is a redo, which is good because now the Badass Trail Race is coming up in September.
September
So
17th.
it's right around the corner.
It's up and flying and no longer restricted.
That's right. That's right. Broward County's okay with it.
Right.
Yep.
Broward, the badass county.
That's right.
Palm Beach is a little behind the game. But.
Yeah, a little, you know.
Do you think we'll be allowed to play a commercial spot for Badass
Why
in
not?
Palm Beach County?
In Palm Beach County? Were you going to Boca? Why do you have to play?
That's Palm Beach County.
Is it?
I kind of
I'm
feel
Puerto
like
Rican. I don't know nothing.
after the Sun Sentinel and Channel 5 News made fun of them, I kind of feel like they're going to probably back off that whole concept of badass
Let's
being...
try it.
Well, that's what I want to do.
Do we have a badass commercial? You wanna
You're
add
looking at me like yeah, sure. I got
You
one
wanna
right
add
here.
one in French?
En français?
We're gonna create a 30-second spot and have Beth voice it.
I think we should do it and just play and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, what's the worst thing gonna happen? They're gonna tell me, oh, you can't use the word bad. They're not gonna say that. They're not gonna say that.
It was just a
Now,
question.
I will tell you this.
If they do, it's back on Channel 5 for me.
No, they don't say that. But you know how you play like these little tidbits of songs and stuff? Ken and Joe are going to be our board operators. They are sticklers for 10 seconds. So it goes 10 and it turns off. I said, jeez Louise. And they don't talk in the mic. You know, we have to talk. We got to do something. Maybe we use Heather.
What? Yeah, because I'm very fast.
He
was like, slow down. I'm like, sorry.
We use you as the voice on the show.
Okay.
Because it's right there.
Yeah.
He's thinking. Do you see? He slows.
I know,
When he's
he thinks
thinking,
out
he
loud.
slows
So
down.
at 1 o'clock, you take your lunch hour. You come and you do the show.
I'm on 22, by the way.
23. and you do the show because we can kid around with you.
Yeah.
You have a great sense of humor.
Thanks.
Just don't curse.
Okay. Well, that's going to be hard.
I know.
We had someone call in the other day. We had two. I don't even know if you heard the second one, Carol. Did you get
She
the
got
second
him.
one?
She got him.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
hear
are
the
you
first one. I heard the second one loud and clear, but I got them both.
Wow. So, you know, we could use Heather. I'm impressed.
Heather, tell us what's happening with Dexafit.
Lots and lots. You know, it's summertime where it's usually dead. You know, we've been really steady. You know, we've got the Commit to Fit Florida Challenge, which is our first in the series, the Summer Kickoff Challenge. The early entrants that entered, you know, the end of May will be nearing the end of their 60-day challenge coming in a few weeks. So people will be starting to come in and doing their second DEXA scan, their second Fit 3D scan, so that we can start putting it into the spreadsheet for the data and comparing it to see who's lost the most fat and gained the most lean muscle, and to see who takes all these amazing prizes.
You need to go in for your second scan.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
It's been a while.
Oh, you know something? I'm going
What?
to tell you what.
What?
I don't mind doing it now. I ain't got no issue doing it now.
I know, you look so good. I couldn't
lost
believe
weight.
it.
My BMI's still up high, though.
Oh,
28,
you know what? You
29,
don't even
something.
talk to me about
Rome wasn't built in a
BMI.
day.
Don't even
I
talk
know,
to me about BMI.
But Bobby's, come here. Oh, he had this thing.
Yeah,
My son
yeah,
Gio was a 5.6.
Yeah, that's probably not true.
He was a 7.5, but that's okay.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
He
but
was a
still.
5.6.
But still.
Bobby said he has never in the history of mankind ever seen that.
Yeah, it's probably not true. Those BIA scales, they fluctuate.
The one that you hold on to?
8%, yeah.
Go over
So I'm
what,
lower than
talk
the
about
28?
what Dexafit does again. We know their body composition,
Yeah, so we have
metabolic analysis.
The DEXA with the body composition, a low-powered X-ray that gives you all kinds of stuff, bone health, lean muscle mass, fat, visceral fat. The RMR, the resting metabolic rate test, which will give you your metabolism speed, your resting expenditure, your TDEE, like total daily expenditure.
Now, why is all of this important, Heather? Why tell people you're telling us all these
You
things?
haven't been on
do.
in a while, so
Yeah,
let's
no,
go
I
back
know.
over what.
Well, Stephen and I were
does.
actually talking about it on the way up here because I was like, I need more vegan protein sources. It's been a while. I was vegan initially, and I kind of gravitated toward pescatarian, and then I started feeling really bad. Stress and life catch up to you, so I'm back on my vegan route now. And I was asking him because now, like, eating vegan and eating healthier is easier than opposed to when it was 7 years ago when I first found out that I was sensitive to all this stuff. So I was asking him, I'm like, what's out there that I don't know about that would be a good, vegan protein source? And we were going through that, and he's like, I was telling him where my macros were and where my calories were, and he was like, that's too low. And I'm like, no, it's not, because I'm not doing, physical activity like I was before. So the RMR will give you the flexibility to adjust your calories for your activity. So, for example, to support just my resting and my activity level through the day, no exercise at all, I'm at 1,300 calories.
How do you know that?
Just because I did that RMR test, I went in, I did fasting, no food or caffeine, no workout for 12 hours, went in, did a 15-20 minute test, breathed through a hose.
That's the one I did.
Yeah, that's the one that you did. So it calculated my resting metabolic rate, the expenditure, and then my lifestyle and daily activity, which is just your normal work day, running errands, things like that. So I took those two because I'm not working out right now, and I formulated that, and then I just deducted whatever I want. You can do anywhere from 200 to 500 calorie deficit depending on your goals. So I knew that it was going to be low. If I go lower than 1,300, I know that I'm in trouble because I've been doing this a long time.
So if you go lower than 1,300, what does that mean you're in trouble?
It means that, I risk my metabolism speed. I risk, not burning any more fat. I risk storing it because my body goes into survival mode and, essentially gaining weight and being mad. So, and I'm working against my body. So I know that if I don't have any extraneous exercise or anything like that, I can be at 1,300 and be fine. But I know that when I'm working out and everything, I need to add another 300 calories to be at 1,600 to keep my fat low and gain lean muscle mass. And then as I gain lean muscle mass and go into maintenance, then I add accordingly.
Do you see? Knowledge is power. It gives her
Yeah.
confidence in what she does. Alexa was right. Just saying.
I'm scared of this woman. She's talking like stuff here.
You should go.
Scared of
You
me.
should
It's
try
not
the
scary.
RMR.
Yes.
It's not
What?
exercise. The resting metabolic rate.
That's
You
the
should
host
try it.
thing.
And
Yeah.
is Leslie still doing your diet and everything?
Coach Leslie.
Coach Leslie and me and her communicate, but she has a job now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good for her. I'm glad for her. But,
So I sent her stuff. She was amazed at the numbers and what have you. But one of the things I learned through everybody helping me with this stuff is that you have to learn what your body does.
Yes.
You have to be
You
knowledgeable.
have to work with it. All this dieting, and I've had 2 clients this week that just proves what I preach all the time. These 2 women happened to come in here, and they were victims of years of crash dieting. And their metabolisms were all jacked up. And they're like, what can I do to fix it? And I'm
Well,
like,
how,
okay.
how do they look now?
They look pretty good.
Are they thin?
Yeah, they're thin. But a lot of things are affected. Like your muscle mass is affected. Your lean muscle mass starts to go when you're at such a severe caloric deficit. Your bone density is actually affected, and your internal health, all your organs, the way you think, the way your skin looks, things like that. It can actually age you 5 years if you're severely at a deficit for a long period of time, or mess your body up by doing ridiculous things like no carbs for a extended amount of time. Your body needs carbs, and it's all about knowing what's a smart carb, like a complex carb, or a simple carb, like your sugars, your white starches. So it's all about the education and nutrition. It's very simple once you get the hang of it, but people don't want to take the time to learn about their bodies because they're just so, big pharma and our society the way it is now, like just go have liposuction or just take this pill and this will work. But, for serious athletes, for people who actually care about their health and not just cosmetics, these tests like the RMR and the DEXA are going to help them in their journey, staying healthy and staying fit. So that's
You should
that's
go back
what,
in for your second one.
Yeah, you should.
See the changes.
Okay. I don't got a problem with that.
Nice.
Hey, you thought I was going to fight with you. No, I don't. Again, knowledge is power.
You're gonna like the results because I mean I walked in and I saw it. I'm like, even since last time I saw you, which was what 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago maybe.
Yeah, but
you dropped since then.
But it's funny because the last time I saw you, I was 218.
And now you've lost 18 pounds on top of that.
Yeah, and the object of the game is I wanted to get off the long-lasting insulin shot.
Yes.
So the deal was I had to be at 6.5 or below. Now I was at 9.5 when I was having this conversation.
It's high.
That's it. They know it ain't gonna happen. So I came back. I took the test. 6.6.
Good for you.
They wouldn't take me off.
Yeah, they're
I gotta
probably
wait another 3 months.
Yeah, just another 3 months, just to make sure it stays that way. Because with your situation, it can be tricky. It can be good for a while and then spike.
I was very disappointed. And everybody said, "Oh, good job, my foot."
No, you did excellent. Are you kidding me?
gosh.
It's a huge reduction.
Going from 9 to 6.6.
You were
I mean,
over
come on.
9.
Yeah,
No,
that's
listen.
like
I gotta tell you, there's a guy named Carlos, and I'm sure Carlos is listening. I'm very proud of this young man because Carlos' weight, his sugar was up over 400. This guy lost 207 pounds.
it's amazing.
He's 5.5 now. Now I tell Carlos, I don't know if I want to lose all that weight because it sort of messes with your mind when you start losing weight.
What do you mean?
You're a
Different things happen.
Well, yeah, but you should feel good.
Sometimes.
But are you talking about just because and this is something that I can relate to as well, talking with clients, is, like, they're scared of that. They're scared to lose weight because they don't know what it's like to be like that.
That's one thing, and then you feel like sometimes you're out of control. You don't
Right.
have appetite that you used to do.
Yeah.
I used to eat a sandwich the size of this keyboard.
But that doesn't mean that you should.
I can't. No, I don't.
Exactly, and that's normal because your stomach's really like only the size of your fist.
I take food home.
So your stomach expands. It's like a balloon. If you shove more water in a balloon, what happens? It expands. So that's what the problem is.
You ever take a doggy back home?
No.
All the time.
Oh, yeah, because you don't eat.
I get portion
I start
sizes,
doing
or
that.
I do. I mean, just depending on what it is. I
start taking food home. I'm like, what the hell am I
well,
doing?
no, that's good for
That's
you.
good.
That's
It is.
excellent.
It's the right thing.
I mean, literally, when you eat, you should be able to re-eat that meal when you
Right.
are done with the meal.
Yeah.
And most people are like, oh, I'm stuffed. Well, that means you've eaten too much. And it also takes a while for your stomach to trigger that mechanism
Right.
saying I'm full
Saying
to
you're
your
full, yeah.
brain.
About 15,
so
20 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Ready to go to commercial break? When we come back, we'll talk to Badass Running Company. Well, Steven Spitz. But yes, your stomach, you should not leave the table full. Because that means when
Satisfied.
it expands 20 minutes later, whew,
Is that what
not
I've
going
been
to be
doing?
feeling so good. That would be it. Give us a call at 800-889-0267, and we will be right back.
British are coming! The British are coming! It's the new British invasion! Nikki Gross-Klein, real estate genius, along with fitness phenom Lily Jaffe of Evolving Bodies, will be joining the Brooklyn Cafe the first Monday of the month at 12 noon. The Brits talk honestly about health, hormones, and women in business. Are you ready to achieve your goals? Join the conversation on wealth, women, finance, aging, relationships, and a lot of fun that might leave the producer speechless. Nikki and Lily are experts in their fields and will share their knowledge and experience to help improve your life. They promise this will be nothing like you've ever heard before. For over 35 years, Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services has been serving residents of Boca Raton, Delray Beach, and Highland Beach through their comprehensive range of programs and services for people of all ages and beliefs. Whether you need help with food, financial assistance, senior services for yourself or a loved one, affordable counseling and mental health service, career and employment services, or their Center for Families and Children, JFS is here for you. Please call JFS at 561-852-3333 or railsjfs.org. Call 561-852-3333. The Custom Fitness Institute is a private fitness studio offering personal training and partner training programs to fit your schedule. CFI has created a premium workout environment fit for every fitness level. From beginners to competitive athletes, their welcoming facility and certified fitness professionals are there to design a custom program to help you achieve your goals efficiently, safely, and effectively. CFI also offers nutritional evaluations, physical assessments, and movement assessments. Give them a call today to schedule your free consultation. 958 954-999-8458. The Custom Fitness Institute can help you get your health and fitness journey started or bring your current fitness level to new heights. Call the Custom Fitness Institute today, 954-999-8458. Are you fatigued, foggy-minded, bloated maybe, always hungry, trouble losing weight, or suffering from the effects of pre- or post-menopause? If so, the Evolving Bodies line of natural, garbage-free health products and delicious lactose-free protein is the line for you. Evolving Bodies gets the job done. They're a company with a conscience. Every time you purchase a product from Evolving Bodies, you're helping supply healthy meals to a family in need. For more info, call 561-948-1986 and visit www.evolvingbodies.com. Bodies is spelled BODYZ. For health and fitness tips, tricks, and recipes. It's so good, even Freddy likes it. Give him a call at 561-948-1986. Life doesn't have to be defined by abandonment or disease. Learn life skills to stop feeding those old wounds and imagine the possibility of being healthy and happy. Shari Coltoon is a master-certified integrative life coach, Reiki master, and an intuitive, focusing on autoimmune disease and family estrangement. Shari facilitates a support group program for people who need healing from a family breakup. Contact Shari at 954-654-7187 to learn important life skills. For a 30-minute free session, call Shari Coltoon at 954-654-7187 or visit her website at sharicoltoon.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddie S. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe on a Fun Fitness Friday with our friends and Freddie. How about that?
Friends and Freddie.
Friends and Freddie.
Freddie and friends.
Freddie and friends at 800-889-0267. We have Heather with Dexafit, and we have Steven Spitz from Badass Running Company.
Yeah, let's talk about the race.
Let's talk about the race and what's going on with Badass.
Well, races, but yes, races. Badass Trail Races is like what we're focused on right now because that's going to be September 17th at Quiet Waters Park in Deerfield Beach. And that is actually going to be the first time that a trail race has ever been at that park.
So exciting.
So it's kind of cool.
Well, we know the background of how you got there. What makes this trail race so special and so unique?
Well, first, there's very few trail races in Florida, unfortunately, and I think there's so many road races that people are almost like inundated with road races, and they're great, the 5Ks, the 10Ks, the halves, and they're, of course, the full marathons. But trail races are very far and few between, and I think it just trains your mind differently when you're running.
Okay, so what is a trail race then?
So a trail race is done, instead of on the road, it's done on some kind of trail, which is typically dirt. It can be dirt. It can be also a very technical trail, or it could be a non-technical trail. This particular race is a non-technical trail because a lot of the trails are narrow, and since this is a race, we're using a wide trail that's flat and packed. So it's not treacherous. It's not like I'm going to roll my ankle type of trail race.
How long is it?
There's two options for this. This is a 5K, which is basically 3.1 miles, and then a 10K, which is 6.2 miles.
Holy
so
smokes.
You have.
So you're going to be doing both?
Well, you have the option to choose one or the other.
Right.
If you do
you go around once, you go around twice.
Right. Well, actually, it's exactly it, because the park isn't huge. it's a 3.1 mile basic loop. Right. So what's neat, if you do the 10K, you get both your 5K time and your 10K time. So a lot of people like to keep track to PR in either 10K or 5K.
So hold on a second. So this race is going to go on, and you'll be able to participate in 2 races at the same time? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, technically, you're going to either sign up for the 5K, which is if you sign up for the 5K, that's 3 miles, and you're basically just going to get that timing.
Right.
And if you sign up for the 10K, you're going to get both times because you're going to actually loop through the timing device or the timing arch. And you're going to get the 5K when you loop through the first time, and then when you get past it the second time, you're going to get the 10K time. And
Gotcha.
People really like that.
And what else are you doing for Badass to make it a badass trail race?
Well, the medal's really awesome. I mean, it's an oversized, dunky, 3-dimensional, bright, fun. I mean, people like their bling. So we're also going to we're doing a really nice tech T-shirt as well. And looking at a couple of sponsors who might throw in some goodie.
Can you walk it, or do you have to run it?
You can. The 5K you can definitely walk because there's a 90-minute time limit because the park will open and the mountain bikers will come in. So we have a time limit because when you don't want bikes in when racers are out there. So there's a time limit, but anybody could do a 5K in 90 minutes.
You want to walk it with me?
90 minutes?
Do it.
Well, it won't take you 90 minutes.
It won't take you 90 minutes, 3 miles, a 5K.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. No, it doesn't take you 90 minutes.
No, it's going to take you...
Can you walk 3 miles?
Yeah, I do. It takes
45
me about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Hey, are you scared of clowns?
No.
What are you scared of?
Me?
Yeah.
Ah.
Good question. Let me think about that.
Is that
I'm scared of clowns at all. I love this.
Because whatever it is, I'm going to dress up and chase him. I want to see how fast Freddy can go.
That's a great idea.
Scared of her.
Yeah.
Just chase him. There you go.
I'm scared of me.
She don't have to dress up. I'm scared of her. Let me ask you a different question. To get into shape for this, I mean, this is obviously a small deal, right?
Right, because the distance isn't bad. Most people, if they really push themselves, could probably run 3 miles or at least on-off run. Certainly there are people who even do half marathons or marathons that on-off run as a technique. And sometimes they end up going faster than the people who just straight on run the entire time.
Right.
There is some technique to that. I mean, personally, I like to run the entire distance.
You're probably doing it in 3 minutes.
He has turbos on his heels, seriously.
What is the mile now? 6 minutes?
My best was 6:25, but I can't do that anymore, I don't think.
I definitely have friends who do that kind of
6
number,
minutes?
six and change or close to 6.
Can you imagine running this thing in 18 minutes?
There are definitely
There are people that
hardcore
will
runners
do it.
out there. Yeah, trail racing though is a little bit. It takes a little bit longer to do a trail race typically. Although this is packed dirt, so I have a feeling we're going to see some 19s. 19-minute finishes.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Instead of 18.
Holy
It's a
smokes.
trail race. It's not flat ground, so you got to be careful. Like
Yeah,
there's
but
rocks
19
and
minutes.
gators.
I'm starting and
Those are obstacles.
I'm starting and they're finishing.
Yeah.
I turn around, the guy's done. I'm like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Would you try it? Would you walk again?
Would I walk again when I stop walking?
Did you?
No,
You still walking?
of course.
Where you going?
I walk to work every day. But are you going to do bigger races? Would you just leave that alone, please? Are you going to be doing bigger races?
Absolutely. I've got one planned for
23.
2018, and we're definitely going to do. It's a race that's going to have 4 distances, and as you cover the different distances, you're going to add to your medal. So there'll be a plaque that hangs off of the medal.
gonna be a
That'll
huge
be
medal.
like.
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh.
That's like Flava Flav. You remember
Yeah,
that?
well,
Like
we-
Mr.
we
T.
li-
we
I
just
told
gotta
you.
lay our medals.
Badass Running Company likes their medals,
like their
and we like
bling?
to do the custom medals.
Hey, does the cookie get bigger every race too?
Well, that's right. We do have
Well, tell us about
Badass
the
Cookie
cookies.
Company is one of the sponsors
You get a
of
cookie medal.
Badass Trail Race, which is really fun.
I'm in it for the cookies and the wine. I mean,
Is there going to be wine there too?
No wine.
no.
How about
not
the
at
fit
that.
vine?
What about the healthy one?
But afterwards, all bets are off. Once we leave the park.
Sip
Yeah.
and run.
Sip and run. There
Yeah.
you go.
I'll get one of those.
That's the
things.
medal I want. I want the
Well,
sip and run medal.
They have the ribs and run, which
Oh,
that seems
be
like
messy.
a hazard to me.
Man, I'm choking on a bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good.
Tripping over a bone.
No, the wine comes in with your cooking project that you want
Yes, yeah, that's the whole. That's well, it kind of started this other part of what we want to do.
Yes, because you're more than a trail race. You are the badass running company.
And it's really health and fitness. It's running because it's a big demographic, and our tagline is "Run like a badass." But the truth is that you use running in almost every type of sport. The better you are at running, whether it's obstacle course racing, whether it's soccer, football, you have to run in most sports. And even you're just talking, forget about it if you don't do sports. We're just talking about being a functional human being. I mean, some of the reasons why functional fitness is such a big deal right now is because you could be really big and strong, but your body still doesn't necessarily function well. It doesn't mean you can bend over well. It doesn't mean that you can do your daily tasks really well. You want to have a functionally fit body. So part of what we're trying to do is get people to be functional. Yes, we want them off the couch, and the next level is to actually have a functional, fit body.
So how do you do that?
So you're going to do that not only through physical fitness, but you're going to do that in the kitchen as well, because it's what I always say to people. They're like, oh, I do this and this fitness, and I'm like, what are you doing in the kitchen?
But you're badass running company.
Yes.
So your company is the umbrella for health and fitness.
For health and fitness, and and there's a big focus on events. There's Dirty Badass Challenge, which is like a 3-hour thing, a 3-hour challenge. Heather was filmed the whole thing. And then I have also like Run for the Paws 10K, which is, our charitable contribution, and Delray Beach Half Marathon. So, I have all these different events, but now I'm starting to add that side because I'm seeing people on Facebook talk about how they want to switch their families over, and some of them are actually starting to switch their families
over to plant-based.
Yes. And What the Health came out, and everybody started watching this on Netflix, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize what I was like eating and how it's contributing to my health. Although they knew it, I think watching it really helped them sort of motivate. Because
what is the difference between vegan, vegetarian, and plant-based?
Right, so that plant-based is the term that some people who are vegans don't necessarily want to use. They don't want to use the word vegan because it constitutes an entire lifestyle. So a vegan will probably not have any kind of leather, will not have any kind of animal products in their home.
No milk either, right?
No milk other than almond milk or soy milk or all those other kind of milks.
Because milk comes from a cow.
Nothing
or
with
a
a
goat.
face.
Nothing with a face.
And again, that's like a plant.
Nothing from a face.
That's like a plant-based. I often say I'm plant-based diet.
You're not vegan. You're plant-based diet.
I guess
like
I'm
super-
vegan,
You
but
might have
I'm
a
not.
leather sofa,
I'm not a perfect vegan because, honestly, my car doesn't come with an option for non-leather. It's got leather in it. So am I?
Oh, you can't sit in it either?
Yeah, well, you can't.
If you're a vegan.
If you're a vegan
No
and
animal
you are
cruelty, basically.
a staunch vegan, and there's that whole thing of vegans. I wish they would settle down a little sometimes because they have sort of made it very difficult. The whole thing about if you want someone to do something, you educate them. You don't berate them.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like the vegan community wants to berate people who aren't. And no one ever changed anything being berated. No. But being educated is another thing. So I don't really talk about veganism per se. I talk that I have a strict plant-based diet because I don't eat anything that comes from an animal or is an animal. And it's been that way for 16 years. And then 10 years prior to that, I was vegetarian, so I did have eggs and dairy for that decade.
Where do you get your protein from on a plant-based diet?
And it's great. That's like the greatest question ever. Because first I say, do I look, that I'm protein deficient? And no one ever says, no, you don't. So then they're like, well, how do you get it? And I'm like, I don't really do anything special to get my protein base, because the truth is that most of us do really, really well on 10 to 12% of your diet being protein. So what does the average vegetable have in it? anywhere from 9 to 12%.
Well, that's assuming
So-
people are actually eating their vegetables.
Well, if you're on a plant-based diet, you're going to be in trouble if you're not eating
plant-based,
vegetables.
but as a whole, when people are looking for protein, the assumption is you think they're eating their fruits and vegetables as they should, which they probably aren't.
Well,
So they're looking for protein from the old-fashioned protein sources, the animals, the things with the face.
And that's my whole point is that we've been sold a real bill of goods in that way here for the protein. And honestly, overeating your protein does the exact same thing as overeating anything, and maybe even worse. Overeating your protein just turns to fat. So it's getting it right whether you're eating a plant-based diet or a meat-based diet or somewhere in between, but you'll have a better chance of getting it right if you're eating a plant-based diet. It just has to be done well, like any diet.
When we come back from commercial break, let's talk about what is in a plant-based diet.
Are we going to commercial?
We are.
I have a question.
Can you hold it till we get back from
No,
commercial?
I'm going to forget it.
I'll write it down for you. Give us a call at 800-889-0267. We'll be right back with your grocery list.
Do you love the idea of healthy food conveniently delivered to your door? From Jupiter to Miami, Fit Food Fresh delivers convenience in the form of prepared, delicious, healthy meals direct to your home or office. You're never more than 2 minutes away from a nutritious meal made from the freshest quality ingredients and prepared by gourmet chefs. From paleo to vegan, breakfast to dessert, quinoas to quesadillas, Fit Food Fresh has you covered. You can mix and match meals from their entire menu to create your own custom plan based on your nutritional needs and preferences. Find them at fitfoodfresh.com. With no monthly commitment or setup fee, it's easy to try, risk-free. See why Fit Food Fresh is the highest-rated meal plan in South Florida. Visit Fit Food Fresh at fitfoodfresh.com or give them a call at 866-600-4778. That's 866-600-4778. Rochelle Schwartz is a certified emotional relationship coach who's been trained and certified by the world-renowned Ford Institute and has been facilitating coaching workshops for 17 years. She specifically works with women in their 50s and beyond who are ready for radical self-care, powerful and loving relationships, including relationships with themselves and others. Certified in Healing Your Heart, Future Focused, Courage, Blueprint, and Best Year of Your Life. An integrative leader, Rochelle has also been featured on The Oprah Winfrey Show and in numerous magazines, newspapers, and other local TV shows. You'll walk away with more happiness, freedom, and love. Rochelle is your secret agent of change. Contact her directly at CoachRochelle@Comcast.net or online at www.rochelleschwartz.com. Or you can call her at 954-464-7017. That's 954-464-7017. Sonia Hankin is the confidence expert and passionate guide to men and women who struggle with unworthiness, lack of confidence, and self-doubt. As a holistic psychotherapist and master integrative life coach, Sonia Hankin will help you unlock your confidence so you can make the changes you desire and feel good about yourself no matter what life throws at you. You can work with Sonia via phone, Skype, or in person. Contact Sonia at 954-214-8991. Enough is enough of not feeling good enough. If you want to find your voice and step into your power, call today for a free 30-minute session, 954-214-8991, or visit her at soniahankin.com. The British are coming! The British are coming! It's the new British invasion! Nikki Gross-Klein, real estate genius, along with fitness phenom Lily Jaffe of Evolving Bodies, will be joining the Brooklyn Cafe the first Monday of the month at 12 noon. The Brits talk honestly about health, hormones, and women in business. Are you ready to achieve your goals? Join the conversation on wealth, women, finance, aging, relationships, and a lot of fun that might leave the producer speechless. Nikki and Lily are experts in their fields and will share their knowledge and experience to help improve your life. They promise this will be nothing like you've ever heard before. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddie S.
So if you're doing a full cup.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe on this Fun Fitness Friday with Freddie and Friends. Give us a call at 800-889-0267. We have Heather from DexaFit and Steven Spitz from Badass Running Company. We're talking about plant-based diet. And, serving size. What a concept.
Serving size is very important because and what you take in, I mean, we're just talking about meats and stuff like that and proteins. And I'm trying to figure this thing out, you know. And the problem is that as now I'm hitting the 200-pound mark and I got to lose 15 more pounds, now I have to be more strategic because the body says, okay, that's it, no more. Now either I got to go run 3Ks or 4Ks or whatever Ks are out there and sweat and really, really, really push it. And I have a few other problems with neuropathy and stuff like that, so I got to be careful with that as well. Then the food intake, you know that old saying, garbage in, garbage out? The food intake has to be smart. And I'm listening to what you say. I'm listening exactly to the things that you say. And Heather will tell you, I'm willing to try anything.
He will.
You know, I will try anything. If it means getting off meats, which scares me, because that's been where I've been going to get my sugar down. But I look at you, and you don't look like you're suffering from any sugar or diabetes.
No.
And you've been doing this how many years?
I've been doing this, well, technically 25 years.
When was the last time you had a piece of meat?
I was 22 at Jackson Hole in New York City was the last time I had red meat. I do cook a lot, but I certainly go out.
How can you make it for busy people who are working day and night when you can take a frozen Atkins or a thing from Fit Food, although Fit Foods does have the vegan, to run on the go. But the vegans are very high in carbs. So for him,
it's different. What we were talking about earlier.
It's a different carb, right?
Yeah, it's metabolized completely differently.
Well, this is the education that that I need because I try to stay below 27 carbs on the Fit Food Fresh, and they have dishes that are 50 in protein. So I'm taking 27 carbs, 50 in protein. Sugar's coming down.
Yes.
Everything's good. Life is good.
Because it's balanced. It's because you're eating more protein than carbs.
Yes.
And everything.
So
is balanced.
if you were to switch to say the vegan on Fit Food Fresh, and I actually had their stuffed peppers, which was incredible.
I can't stand peppers.
Well, I'm just saying as an example. They have sweet potato burgers. They have things that are all vegan, but the carb count is enormous.
Yeah, and those are from fruits and vegetables, and those are going to be different.
How will he or how do we I know your body processes natural carbs much better than it's going to process
a sweet potato burger. Let's talk about that one. I had the sweet potato burger.
Okay.
Sugar went up. But it didn't go up if I had like a regular deal, but it went up.
But I would push you towards a lentil type of burger over doing something like lentil burger. You could do a mushroom burger. You can do a mixed vegetable burger. I mean, there are tons of, and we go back to what you were just saying about people like not having time. One, take a meal prep day if you have to. It's okay to freeze stuff. It really is. Yeah. You don't lose a lot of nutrients by freezing. So I do it myself. I mean, certainly I have the same smoothie for 5 years. I still love it every morning. It still gets my day going. Yeah, it's got a bunch of carbs, but of course I'm working out an average of 9 to 10 hours a week.
Carbs,
and that's another point. You know, like you don't have to be scared of carbs. You know, you have to structure it around the busiest points of your day. Physical exercise. You know, first thing in the morning is always fine because you have the whole day to burn it off and compensate with protein the rest of the day.
Correct.
So that's why, you know, people's like, oh, I'm on low carb, or oh, I'm on keto, or I'm on this. You know, it's nonsense because, you know, your diet needs to be balanced. And then people are like, I'm so grumpy, I'm so moody, I'm so weak in the gym. Well, when you're eating 12 grams of carbs a day, it's no wonder.
What do you put in your smoothie?
So my smoothie is insane. Right. I love the smoothie. It's blueberry, banana, frozen. Both of those are frozen. Chia seeds, which some people have an issue with. I don't. Some people do. They have ill effect with that.
They have to be ground first, don't they?
Yes, but if you have a Vitamix or whatever, it
grinds it.
certainly is, pulverizing it.
Or and then just stick a finger in there, you lose it for life.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, or
It doesn't grow back. There's nothing left to reach.
yeah, and that definitely wouldn't be plant-based at that
How
point.
many
finger.
how many fingers you got?
Oh my gosh, I can show you. Like this right here
Oh my
was
goodness.
from a
But why would you put your finger in
No,
there?
I was taking it apart to wash it, putting it in the dishwasher, dropped it. Literally, not even a far fall, and it sliced my finger.
Wow.
Blueberries, bananas, chia seeds.
Right, peanut butter powder. I don't use the regular peanut butter, although it does taste better. And then I use an Orgain chocolate protein powder, which you can get from like Costco, and it's really inexpensive.
But he
And-
did use elevated ones.
And then I use almond milk usually as my...
So why is that so high in carbs from the banana?
Well, fruit has
Yeah.
a bit of a high carb
But
to
the
it.
berries are fine.
Yeah,
The
no,
berries are fine.
You can
Listen.
have only a few, but the banana's high in carbs. I can only eat
It
half
is,
a banana.
But the banana is also very good for you.
I eat
phosphorus.
2 bananas a day on average.
I
like
can't.
4.
I
Yeah.
can only eat a half a banana.
And again,
But you can put a half in a smoothie.
I have.
Yeah.
I really
Half.
feel people undereat their fruit, but the whole concept is staying away from a high glycemic diet. And the reason why, and people are always like, why don't I lose weight? Well, what are you eating? So the problem is until you stop spiking your diet all day by being high glycemic, if you're in a high glycemic state, you will never burn fat.
Exactly.
Until your body comes down to an even level, you will never. So what are you eating? At lunch, I have a sandwich, and I have, it's okay. What's the basis sandwich? So you got a big chunky piece of bread, spike glycemic rate. They do the same thing at dinner. I have pasta, which is not awful, but it will spike your
So
glycemic.
how do you follow your glycemic rate? In other words, how do I say, okay, this is putting me at this glycemic rate?
Don't eat white starches.
Yeah,
If you
I'm
stay
not
away
allowed to
from-
eat white starches anyway.
Right,
Give me some
so-
mouse.
Which is why your sugar's coming down, though,
Yes.
because you're monitoring your glycemic index.
But do you know that at 6.5, they consider you carb intolerable? I didn't know that. Anything above that, you're considered a diabetic. At 6.6, I'm still considered
They've actually
diabetic.
raised it. I mean, it used to be much lower, but they've raised it now, which is a problem that I have as a medical professional, that, they keep raising these standards for health to conform to society, and I don't think that's appropriate at all.
You're going to get down. You'll see you'll
Yeah.
be in the fives next time.
And the
I
great
want to
thing,
make sure
Freddie-
you get your phone number out for Badass. We only have like 2 minutes.
Hold on, he
Yep.
has a great thing for Freddy.
Okay.
Yes, I do,
Great
and
nugget.
it's important. The great thing for you is you're going to be able to eat as much vegetables as you want. Like you're going to be able to constantly. There's no one who gets fat from vegetables unless you are frying them, unless you are doing something bad to them. And you can use all kinds of seasoning. You can steam them. I'm not opposed to people stir frying because you don't have to use a lot of oil, and oil isn't necessarily bad by itself. I'm not opposed to people eating an avocado a day. I mean, you do need your fats. There are other ways for you to keep a low glycemic diet and be healthy other than turning to meat.
Do you have a cookbook?
No cookbook.
Not yet, but
Yet.
we're compiling
Yeah,
recipes
that
that we
should
all
You
share.
should have one of these. I think it's important. All right, how do
We
we get the
will.
information we need?
Your information for
Oh,
Badass?
so Badass Running Company, best places always because all the events are listed on Facebook under Badass Running Company.
Badass,
but,
one word.
Yep. Also,
Capital
I
B.
want to really mention real quick, badassbatchfit.com is a new program that we're doing weekly. It is completely free fitness classes. So not only are we going to be doing running, but you get to run, and then you also get your choice of craft beer or sangria in an outdoor lounge at
See,
I'm
no
in.
excuses.
Batch Gastro Pub in
Zero.
Delray. The owner, Kevin, was nice enough, and he's really
What's the
sponsoring.
name again? What's the link?
It's badassbatchfit.com.
Badassbatchfit.com.
And that will take you to the next Wednesday's event, which is a 5K run.
Heather,
which
where
you
can we
guys
find
can run.
Dexafit? Dexafit.
Dexafit.com,
Go ahead for sangria.
561-923-8833, and we are on Glades Road across from the mall.
Wow. Thanks, everyone. It was a super fun
That
Friday with
was
Freddie and friends.
A lot of fun.
What a
Thank you,
weekend,
Stephen.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Heather.
you for
Carol,
having us.
thank you, Freddie. We'll see you Monday, same time, same place. Be kind to each other.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe to rewatch every minute of the show. Call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after closing, or to leave an order for fun for tomorrow. Have a meaningful day.